Wow, that's the wrong image. There it is. Okay. Think we're up. It's working. Think this is working. Yeah, it's working. That is not working. That is working. Okay. All right. We're here. So we got some shading to do. We got to redesign the knife. I'll probably wait to do that a little bit. Um, we got some shading to do. Let's go ahead and yoink that. And I guess let's work on it. I should probably redesign the sleeve as well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But I wanted to try, I don't think this is going to work, but I wanted to try maybe. We're going to need that. We're going to need that. Okay. So I should, I think, be able to do this. No. Okay. All right. What if I do it with this? Okay. I think we can kind of get this going. Think this might work. I don't know. It might have been easier to just straight up redo it, huh? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to try to just straight up redo it. Hold on. I feel like we're sort of onto something with that, but it's just not conforming right enough. But like it's close. So if I could have swore I just zoomed in. Okay. It feels a little better, but not really actually. Think I need it the other way around. Okay. It's not like significantly better, but I feel like it is better. I think we're just gonna roll with this because we messed up earlier, and it's kind of like a late game issue to try and change. Let's double check everything's working. I had problems with the mic at the start, by the way. I was gonna drink my water. I don't know. Oh, there it is. I guess this is just part of this up here. Dang. Oh, brother. What? I think it just crashed. Not great. Okay. I'm gonna fucking cry because that almost certainly just ruined exactly what we were doing. Fuck. I know it's not a lot, but it was like meticulous, you know? So fucking frustrating. Why did it crash? There's like not even a here's why we crashed thing. God damn it, dude. Fuck. This is a huge setback. I know it doesn't seem like it should be, but it is. I wish I could like straighten a line. Okay, so let's take that out. Let's okay. Select that. Pray it doesn't fucking crash again. It's just gonna have to be good enough. What is happening? Okay, now that I'm sure. Sucks because before I feel like it was pretty clean looking. This doesn't look quite so clean, but I don't want to spend a bunch of time trying to make this better, so we're just stuck with it. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay. This feels weird. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel right. Well, we're just gonna send it. Yeah, we're gonna send it. Need your help to mend it. Okay. Let's get that going. Not what I wanted. There we go. Oh boy. Okay, so we gotta do the little down here, you know? Get my funny up. What? Huh? That should solve it, right? Yippee. Over here, yipping my ease. Here's what I want to say about this so far. I feel like my colors are still pretty off. I feel like this shading technique is pretty nice. The thing is, I don't know how to do it. You know, like we have the coordinates, if you will, because we can look at something else. I don't know how I would come up with this on my own. I feel like this is simpler than like everything that I go through usually, and like switching through like 20 different colors to try and get like the different shades and like the make the hair look more follicle-y, if that makes sense, rather than like super blocky. I think a big part of why I can't really seem to pull this look off without a major reference like this is I don't know what colors to pick with what colors. So like I end up trying to find like a color by picking through them and seeing which one works best, and I just kind of use them all. But I think I like the simpler, just a couple strat a little more. I just don't know how to pick them. I feel like the elbow almost needs some. I mean, the elbow's not technically in the picture, I guess, but it feels like I need something there. Like I feel like I maybe need something like right here for some reason. Am I crazy? Like just to break up the giant block and to kind of like give the impression that it's like inwards towards the body and maybe wouldn't be getting as much light. I don't know, man. Maybe not. Maybe not. Actually don't like it. Like looking at it now, I don't like it. It feels like something is missing here. I just don't know what it is. Maybe some here. That doesn't really help much though. Okay. Interesting. Mm-hmm. This shit kinda sucks. I'm kind of contemplating maybe going over these with like another shade layer that's like base black at like 20% and then like blended. I don't know. Let's try and clean up this. I know you can't really see it from afar, but I feel like it'll look better. Okay. Let's save before there's another unmitigated disaster. How do I want to do the ears? Save me, my French friend. Teach me the ways. Gabon. Um. All right. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. So this is tough because this is really blued out from their effect, and I don't have that in. I don't even know if we're gonna have that in. I don't think this is gonna look right. No, not yet. That's not something I can do until we have that full-on blued effect. Damn, man. How am I supposed to do this? Wait. I'm on the wrong layer. I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. All right. Now, I feel like before we do that weird blue effect, we probably will need to do the eyes. And the knife, actually. I mean, I guess if it's on a different layer, it won't really matter too much, but, you know. Okay, so on the eyes, if I hide this, okay, so I just took what was already there. I'm not opposed, right? You know, it's possible that we can come back from it. I just am feeling like it's so very close to what it is, though. So if I go over that, okay, so we won't get anything. So I am going to need to do this and like redo it entirely. You know, the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking, because I made her kind of too wide, I don't know if I can do this. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, let me, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I might be able to get away with this. We're gonna do an eye test. We're going to make new eyes over this, and the old stuff should still be there. Okay. And then for this one, we're kind of coming out, and I don't want that. Okay. So now we'll suck in that color. All right, I should in theory just be able to do that. This should honestly be enough to tell me if this is too much, I guess, headroom, we'll call it. Is that better or worse? It feels worse, to be honest. I don't like it. Maybe. Hold on. What if I take that out, move that, let me take that color, that here. It's a little closer than I'd like to the hair, but hey, you never know, right? It could work. What if I just blend this? I feel like the nose maybe needs to be a little lower, which I'm not really opposed to. If I take this. What? Huh? How the fuck? Excuse me? So what if she got a little bit of hair in her nose, bro? It feels like it still needs to be lower, doesn't it? Which doesn't really work because of the hair location. I gotta maybe bring the mouth up. Just see what happens if we mess with the mouth. Kind of forgot we did that. Hold on. So if I do this. What do we think? I feel like it's maybe a little better. I don't know about the eyes still, though. I feel like I'm not going to know for the eyes until I commit to the eyes. And I know that kind of sucks. But what can I do? I guess we just commit. Right? What other options do we have? Okay. I don't know, man. I think part of the difficulty in this is just how awkwardly shaped these things are. for me. I think it'll be fine to just do this. And then trust. We'll trust the process. Hopefully. I actually don't need to do this. What am I doing? I just do that. And then it looks a lot like a white here, to be honest with you. Oh, nope, it's like a pink. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is another different color. This is weirdly really close to the eye white color. Could give us problems. Okay. So let's go through and try and clean this up a bit. I'm thinking we'll suck this down. Okay. And then there should be like a little bit darker here. What are we working with? Like a bluish. But I feel like there's a lot going on in these. Okay, I guess we're just gonna do this all by hand then. Not really sure how that's failing. I mean, I guess it is pretty close, so maybe that's it. Let's go ahead and try and blend it. Just see what happens. There we go. Oh, sorry, hit the mic. Okay. Let's pick the pupil color. Doesn't feel right, does it? It really doesn't feel right, like, at all. We're gonna have to wing the other one. The other one's like entirely engulfed in blue shit. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. You know, I wonder if their blend is done by... Sorry. If their blending is done by fill tool and then just trying to blend like that, and that's how we get like the multicolor stuff. I think that might actually be what's going on here. Have I been thinking too far into some of this? I think so. Okay. We don't really have an answer for some of this. What if I do this, by the way? Does that... it doesn't really do anything. Damn it. All right. That's the way it's gonna be. That's the way it's gonna be. And that, my friends, is good enough for me. Okay. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's grab the inner perp. Actually, you can't even really see it on this one. This looks so weird, doesn't it? Okay. Let's try and grab this. There we go. All right. What? Not what I said, bro. This is not the same fucking color. That's really fucking frustrating. There we go. You know what? This isn't even... It's not where we're at. It's not where we're at anyway. We gotta do this first. Which I think is supposed to be her lashes. Kind of forgot about this stage. Okay, we'll do that. And we're gonna do this strategy, hopefully. Maybe. Hopefully. There we go. Okay, this isn't working. Yeah, this isn't working the way I wanted it to. We're kind of just winging this part because we can't see it under the thing. I'm going to go with she's got lashes. Whether or not she does, I guess remains to be seen. I don't like it. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. That looks so fucking bad. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, why does this look so bad? What am I missing? What am I doing here? How do I come back from this? Um, okay. Hmm. 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 Okay. Think this is the color of this hair, right? Yeah. What if we take that instead? Does that help me a little bit? It kind of does. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Is it because there's no outline that this looks super weird to me? Is that it? Wait, that might be it. There's like not enough, I guess I'll call it anime definition here. So it looks super fucking weird. Does that help? Not really for this, but it did for that. Okay. Feel like that's better. Okay. It's so hard to get this color. There we go. That's not going to work because that's not sealed in. But if we do that, now it should be sealed in. So we should be able to do that. Means we should be able to trace around the edges here. Okay, I think we're approaching an area here where, okay, we have the knife thing to redesign. I still don't really know how I'm going to pull that one off. We gotta probably do a background, I think, because a lot of these colors aren't gonna make sense, and then we're gonna put that like weird blue shit over it, so we're gonna need that. We still need the... Wait, what did I need? Background, knife, blue shit. I guess the blue shit's part of the ears. So that's one reason why it feels a little weird. I don't even know how to do the blue shit. Like, it might just have to be an eye only sitch. Because I know how to get, like, the glow effect, but I don't know how to do, like, this hue effect. Maybe change the skin thing. It's feeling a little weird, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Think we delete these. I think we got the eyes. We do need to go in though. Hide that. Go. Nope, not hide sketch. Select sketch. Okay. Now. Okay. So we got knife. We got to do background at some point. I feel like background and blue stuff should be last. Now, before we do the knife redesign, which I don't even know how to really address, do we want to readdress the skin? So what I'm thinking is here, right? God damn it, dude. Here, and like all of this just feels really off and like very purpley. Maybe that'll change with like the blueing and like the green background. I just feel like it's very jarring. Do we just send it on this though? If I stand way up here, does it look better? And it doesn't look any better. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. For the knife, I think we do what we just did with the eyes. Um, I think we just try to place something a little larger over it because I don't even know that I can salvage that if I erase everything around there. You know what I mean? Like if I erase pretty much all of that, we're going to be digging into the blue and the belt and all of that shit. I don't feel like it looks particularly like bad in that it, you know, the shapes are sort of all there. It's just that it's flat. We're going to call this the rev. Okay. So we're going to, I guess, just draw over it. I don't really see an option. So if I go over to here, we take the color. Okay. So how, sorry, how do I come back from this? I guess I try to match it somewhat. Okay. Then we will... man, I don't know. I don't know how to do this. No, this is wrong. Fuck, how do I do it? Okay. No. Jesus. Okay. So we've got that. And then we come in. Feel like I'm almost following what was here before. This isn't gonna work. I can't do it. Here's the problem. I can't cover this up. We can probably get away with leaving the sheath, I think. So if I now go to base, actually, uh-oh. Okay. This might be a little easier to work around now. Okay. What? What? Okay. Why did I guess I just hit maybe a button on this hides all your windows, which By the way, nobody in the history of anything wants that. Okay. That was confusing. Thought that shit just crashed. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Sure, sure, sure. Whatever. Okay. All right. Um, let's maybe make this. What color is this? Like right here. Make this mostly this color. Okay. Um, this should be a different level though, so let's maybe hit him with that. Okay. Um, what? Come on. Hmm. There's like no difference here. I don't know if this is worth doing. No. Oh, it's so fucking off. I could tell it felt weird, but man, why is come on, don't fucking lock up right here. Oh, God, this camera is getting kind of annoying. Like it dies and then it just like locks if I fucking do anything with my hand that isn't, I guess, a fist, which is probably also something, if we're being honest. Okay, I might be able to salvage this. Let's try. still super fucking crooked, bro. I don't know. I feel like we're doing too much. Let's just send it real quick. What am I doing? I know there should be more, but I'm probably not going to do more. How is this just so off? I don't understand how I'm so fucking bad. Okay. Okay. I know this isn't perfect, but I think this is as good as I'm going to be able to get. So we'll do like one that's kind of thinner. And then that turns into this. God, it looks so fucking bad, dude. I hate this so much. I actually hate this so much. Okay. So let's start with this. Because this is just going to be black anyway, I think. Um, just pick like maybe a gray real quick. So that it doesn't look too weird. Okay. What if I try to blend this? I think that might be the play. Because if I blend it, then it kind of becomes like not just solid black. And it's kind of not too bad. Let's actually change this maybe to that. And we'll just have to like make up our own stacked leather color. You know, that is the color of leather. Damn it, dude. What if we like... You know what? Wait a minute. Hold on. That color. Because that's not this color, right? It's not. Okay. What if we use that? Actually, what am I doing? I think I can just do this, right? Okay. And then I'll put bands in it, hopefully. And that'll hopefully sell the directionality. Okay. Okay, hopefully this doesn't come off too crazy. No, that doesn't work because it feels like it's kind of scooting through. I need this color. I think, wait, let's just make sure. Let's just make sure. Okay. So we got this color and let's go. No, we don't really want to go darker, I get, or more orange or anything, I guess. We just want it darker. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's pick that out. Zoom all the way the fuck in. Shrink this to about, oh, all right, that works too. To about 2. What do we think? Instead of the dog's head. I think usually it says USMC. Actually, does the other side? I think the other side might say USMC, or it might just say, "Yep, K-Bar, Olean, New York." What? Why did it do that? I don't like it. Still looks pretty flat, but it's definitely better than before, right? Okay. The neck shadows. That's what I've been forgetting. I need to do the neck shadows. How do I do neck shadows? How do I do these? Okay. So I guess we'll take a little look at this. This, like, what is this? Are these just shadows? I don't know. I guess we're gonna just add our own as shadows and pray. I don't know if this is really the right answer. Oh, shit. If this is really the right answer. But we're gonna see when we're done, I guess. I think I might do them a little weaker than usual. So we'll do this. But instead of filling in, we're just gonna, like, try and blend. We are in shade, right? Yeah, we're on shade, yeah. Which doesn't actually make sense. This should definitely be a very, well, I guess. I mean, it's sort of hidden, all things considered. So, like, you wouldn't really be able to see the sharpness, but it should definitely be darker. See, that doesn't really do anything for me. I don't know. I feel like that's not adding. Am I crazy? How is it failing? That should be it. Okay, that is it. All right. I don't know. That doesn't really feel like it adds anything to me. Okay. Oh, I'm on Blendo Dicka. I'm like, why aren't it working? Hair doesn't even make sense, by the way. Okay. That's probably good enough if I just do this, right? Yeah. It's good enough for me. Okay. We're in wing it mode. Birdie bots wingets. I know the original doesn't have this shaded in, but I feel like this needs to be shaded in. I don't know how to explain it, but it just doesn't really make sense to me that this is super bright here. I think it's time to start deviating from the original a little bit. Dude. I don't really know what's going on there, but it's going on. Okay. 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 So I'm thinking about this right now. How do I want to do the background? Do we background it so that it's just behind everything no matter what? And you know, if we have mistakes here or there, whatever. Or do we do the strat where we foreground background so that we can hide any, like, I guess we'll call them grand mistakes. Like full background is probably the easiest, right? Because then we can obviously just hide that. Um, we just go, we pick like the green here, and we just, you know, done. But then we get like some of these little artifacts coming to hang out. But I guess they are just what they are, you know? Since we're on background layer, so maybe just pick this. So do I have maybe a, not really a brush, but like, what are these? Particles? Oh my god. Okay, that's not the fly. Okay, this isn't really what I'm looking for, I don't think. It could have been, but I don't know what the hell it is. Wait, where are my brushes? Oh, this, where, okay, okay, never mind. Didn't know I could do that. Where are those, like, pattern things? Yeah, something like one of these. Maybe like this one? Auto spacing? It's a little too spaced. Or not spaced enough. Okay, this is a contender, I guess. Some mountain brush? Hmm. Actually does just kind of look like mountains now that I know. Just see what happens if I like mix in other colors. Does it break up the mountainy look? Not really. I feel like I can't unsee the fact that it's mountains. You know what I mean? Okay, we might have just fucked something up by doing that. Sorry. Let's pick that again. Hide that. Um, why can't I select this? There we go. Okay. So if I do this, okay, that's something. This is what we were using for hair, right? So what if I angle them roughly, you know what I mean? Wait, this might be the one we use for the blue, actually. We'll see. Okay. Okay. Let's do the light one now. Whether or not this makes any sense, I don't really know, I guess, but I feel like I want it to. How am I on a different thing now? There we go. Okay. We want the darker ones like immediately behind her, right? It's the same way it is in the thing for some reason. And then, come on. Come on. Let me select 90. There we go. That looks weird, doesn't it? Does this feel like grass? Not really. There we go. Sort of. Hold on. What happens if I make this the addition layer? Will it actually have the glow effect on this? It's weird. The effect in the anime here seems to be that it's going towards them, but shouldn't it be going away from them? What if I just like blend some of this? Does that do anything for us? Okay, we gotta stop. Apparently that was too much. Um I don't know. What do we do? Do we go background or no background? Do we try a different background strat? Okay, so let's do addition real quick. So let's try and do the eye stuff. Let's just see how it comes out. No, well, maybe. I don't know. I want it to feel like it's almost like flowing and surrounding it, but I don't feel like that's gonna look right. So I want it to start like right, but I can't get it there. How do I do this? Hmm. How do I get that look that they've got though, you know? I don't know. I think we might try and look into this a little more. I think what I might do is the glow layer and then an addition layer on top of it. That way it's not too, I guess, blended out or something. What if I use this? Hold on. See, that just completely like fucking muddies the eye though, is the problem. No. I don't know. Is there like a better brush for this? Maybe? Travel, huh? Okay, apparently that doesn't even do anything. Also doesn't seem to do anything. That is not a terrible brush. Hold on. Let's wait, this is in favorites. Where is this? I don't see it. Okay. I don't know. All right. I feel like this is okay considering we're probably gonna like blur it out if we can. Like, is there some sort of darken we can do with this, or what if we do this? Is it? Oh my god, soft light, saturation, overlay, multiply, divide. I don't know. We'll just do it as normal. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like this doesn't look terrible, but it's like too patterned, and I want to try and get rid of that, but that might be too much. Um, I don't know. Maybe just all. Maybe what I do is undo this and do the same like thing, but just all flat, and just you know what I mean. And maybe do like some blue up top so that it makes a little more sense, I guess. Maybe that's what I'll do. We're gonna leave it for now. I think we're gonna contemplate because I don't really have that much time left today anyway. So we're gonna contemplate what I'm looking at. I might even watch this episode. I'll have to find it somewhere. Because I feel like the things I'm confused on. Hold on, actually, let me just bring it up. Let me save first off. Before this is an unmitigated fucking disaster. Um. So first off, um, the eye stuff, I think I might draw the shape and then fill it in, but like maybe with a lower opacity and then do an addition situation. I don't know if the addition situation will be on its own layer or not. We'll figure that out then, but I'm thinking we'll draw a similar shape. We'll draw a similar shape and we'll get that covered. So that'll handle those. The background, what we're going to do is probably flatten it out, and we're probably not going to draw a stadium. I'm probably just going to draw like a blue sky, and it's just going to be like blurred out like one of my terrible fucking pictures. Um, but for this, I kind of want to know, is this going this way as it shows, which doesn't feel like it makes sense to me? Or is it actually, is this the is it progenerate? Fuck. Does it come from here, like in the center, and go out and like that? Because that's how I want to picture it in my head. Because it seems like this girl in the background is kind of getting like, here's the center, and then it's kind of coming out and around. But in this particular like close up, it feels like it's going this way and like through her. And that doesn't really make sense to me. So I think we got to add maybe some purple and some blue random lines and just pray. But I think I'm gonna do all that next time. So, uh, we're actually surprisingly close to being done. I guess I don't know. I feel like maybe still need to fix the skin, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off for the morning. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Have a fantastic day, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you. I appreciate you. Hopefully, I'll catch you in the next one, whenever that is. But until then, get me out of here because I'm struggling. Bye.